our children before anything happens to them. Rockstar energy drinks, all these energy drinks, all these stimulant products that are coming out, or that are out on the market. Number one killer of kids, 12 to like 18 years old. These kids are dropping dead on the high school fields, and they have no idea why. Because we're not investigating as parents and also as educators as well, being in this industry. So I love the fact that you guys have something like this coming out.
I think there's a small few that, as bodybuilding got away from the sport, it got away from it. I get that a majority of people won't even know Steve Reeves and all these guys, or Frank Zane and all these guys. But it kept getting away from it, and then it got freakier and freakier, and I was like, oh, slow down, you guys are losing the artwork of this.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because the industry, the health and fitness industry, did the same thing. Let's get you more jacked, and then you take a drink of this, and you're going to stay up all night and study. And this is what they were going for, and it's like, no, step back, calm down a bit, and I think, which is nice, is a huge portion of the world that wanted that.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to get cracked out, and they didn't want to get this freaked out, and they want to be healthy. So it's a nice thing to see.
Yeah, it's about being healthy rather than just, looking at the physical body, and, it is an art form, and we have gone away from that, and that's the sad part of it. Even with women and bodybuilding and figure and things like that. Because you're a figure athlete as well. And, for me, I was told back in Canada with the CBBF, I came 5th in Canada in figure in my class, and they were telling me that unless I took drugs, I would never, ever, ever win.
They tell you that?
Yes.
Nobody told me that.
Yes, and you won. So thank you for setting that example, because, for me, it really broke my heart, because it was something that I really wanted to do. I never knew I could do it.
You shouldn't encourage girls or guys to get drugs. That's crazy.
Well, the coaches were saying that, and the people that I looked up to, because I had no idea. I was new in the industry. I came from playing soccer. I was an athlete my whole life. I played a ton of sports. I played softball, and I was always an athlete. I was always in the gym, and for a dream come true, I was looking at magazines of all these guys and women and Monica Brandt and all these people.
Monica, my girl.
I adored them, and I never knew it was possible that I could actually step on stage. It was a dream come true for me, and to get to that level, and then somebody pull it away from me and say, hey, look, you know what, you're too small, you're not going to have enough symmetry unless you get your shoulder caps, you're going to have to take Anavar and all these things. And I just thought, wow.
Holy shnikes.
You know what?
They went hardcore Anavar. Holy shit.
Yeah, and
a lot of people do it, I guess, because it's the easy way to get where they need to be. But then guess what happans? They blow up. They don't even look like they ever competed.
Yeah.
Like, I've always been like this. Always.
Exactly.
And this is like off season, just like walking around. Don't say anything.
It annoys me. No. This is a cool thing.
But really.
But it's one of those things
that shows, it's clean.
Yeah, and that's what people say to me all the time, too. They're like, oh, you're always on point. And it's like, well, because this is my lifestyle. This is who I am. I'm any different. I'm going to be about 5 pounds.
We train, and everything that we train, we get to keep.
Yeah.
And that's where people really lose this concept
Yes.
of, well, how are you always on point? What are you talking about? This is how we diet. This is how we train. We can stay like this.
Yeah.
The people that are doing the extreme can't stay like that. Or they're short-lived, or they last 5, 10 years, 15 years, and then they're out.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Yeah, you can't be on it for 30 years and keep
you can't
going.
sustain that, and and that's the thing. And Mike, I know we've heard a lot of different things, and people say stuff out there.
Yeah.
How do you handle that? When guys are like, "Oh, he's not natural, and he's not this."
at some point, they're gonna.
I mean,
he handles it great.
You gotta understand. You gotta let them talk.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm dealing with a society that is going to judge me off of their own ability or what they do. Until they really understand. Here's the problem with the fitness industry: is it's big and it's actually really, really tiny. And the reason why that is because only a small few of us are around elite athletes 24/7, and there's guys that are walking around today that are Mr. Olympia in a sense. They don't even know it, but they eat burgers. They're like her, where they eat what they want. They only train 3 days a week, and they look like freaks.
Yeah.
Now, I've been around that my whole life, and I've seen these guys.
Yeah.
Now, the fitness industry only sees guys that compete or get in the magazines.
Yes.
But there's monsters out there that make me look like a little baby. And these guys just walk around at 270 pounds naturally. And it's a cool thing to see, but your body basically can't maintain with drugs. It sooner or later shuts down, and you see these guys, and they go from looking like gods to either bloated or they fade away to nothing. Which, you know, it sucks, because the one thing that I always wanted to maintain whatever I built, and it didn't make sense to me to go in the gym and train so hard and diet so hard and not be able to keep it.
Yeah.
So I was lucky enough to know that all this wasn't for a title. This was for me just because I loved it. And so I never got to that point of, I want to be Mr. Olympia. I never got to that point. So I never had to venture that far, which was lucky for me, because then I got a different kind of career and something that nobody else has done. So I got to do my own path, and it feels great to be the guy that went off on his own and did his way. And I love that. And the same as you. I know she didn't have it, but the same as you guys, judges the whole time were like, you know what, you need to do this, this, and this. Yeah. And I would smile and go, okay, and then walk away and go, hell no.
Well, you have some competitors that look amazing.
Yeah.
And, you know, they'll get, your tan wasn't perfect, your makeup was off, your hair was too short. I don't know, something.
Exactly.
It's so hard to compare these girls.
Yeah.
They all look like, you know, they're amazing.
Yeah.
So, at some point, I guess,
if more people would compete with the understanding of being your best, and I know this is cliche, and everybody's like, "Oh, I don't want to hear this," but if they really go into shows and do it for them, they'd be so much more successful.
Yeah. Even
losing a show. Now, let me explain why. Because the one thing that they all come up to me and people go, "Hey, tell me one thing that would help me in my career." Okay. You getting ready for a show? Yes, I am. All right. Do tons of photo shoots before and tons of photo shoots after, and stay in condition afterwards. Okay, I'll do that. And then I'll see him after the show, and they've blown the opportunity. There's no photo shoots. Well, you know, I was going to do the show and then do shoots, but I took 4th place at the show, so I went out and I ate, and now I'm bloated. Okay, so you bypassed everything, and what happened there was this. They might have had a great look for something, the magazines, something different, videos, this, that, and the other thing. Mostly nowadays with social media. But they blew it. They blew their opportunity. And they put everything on the show. And because 9 judges didn't say they were the greatest thing in the world, they blew it and said, forget it. And now they're upset, and they don't want to train now, and they're thinking about quitting. This has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
It has nothing. No judge in the world ever gave me the covers. That was me.
Yeah.
No judges made me train every day. No judges made me make sure to stay in shape so I could be ready for the casting calls, the photo shoots, the work, the other things.
How weird is it that we get in front of, like, you know, 7 people and they tell us if we look good or not? I know I look good. Like, what is this? It's weird.
It is,
if you think about it, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, this person is not even in shape. He's telling me I don't look good. Are you kidding?
Yeah, it's hard too. In the end, you know, there's the politics that are involved, and I mean, I hate to get into it, but I mean, the politics are there, and with anything in life, and it's going to happen. So you have to take that into consideration as well. But, you know, that's the biggest thing, too. Is there any words of advice? Because what you're saying right now about this is so important, because I've seen it, too, with a lot of my clients and a lot of people that have come to me. Hey, look, Trace, this is what happened. They're now like 20, 30 pounds overweight. Their adrenal glands are taxed. Their
receptors are shot. Yeah, they're mad at life.
Yeah, and my coach did this to me. No. You know, you're a grown adult. You made these choices, and now we're going to fix it. But, you know... What are some of the things that we can, you know, kind of, coach these people through so that they can be prepared for, because after a show, I found after my first show, I wasn't guided at all. I did the blow up thing. I ate everything in sight. I was a disaster. I was so depressed because I didn't know how I lost control, but I didn't have an after plan. So I didn't have a plan after the show. It was like, okay, I came in second, great, I can go to next stage, which was BC's in Canada, and great, this is awesome. But, and then I started to overthink things, and I didn't know what was the next thing to do. So what are some things that we can share with people to help them through this phase?
I definitely think that understand, first and foremost, it is not a sport. There is corruption. The best person may not win, mostly at the lower levels. Now, take all that away for a second. A pro card does not make you a millionaire, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
What a pro card does to a lot of people, it's the last time anybody hears their name.
Yeah.
Because now you're in a pool of people that are all good.
Yeah.
And now you might never place again. So understand that you yourself is a business, and it's who you are and what you stand for. And I always talk to people and I say, and I ask them, and they go, well, I'm getting ready for a show, and I'm 245 and all this and that. And I go, no interest. Who are you? What is it about you? What's different about you?
Yeah.
And people tell me some amazing freaking stories, like hers, and I go, that's you. Yeah. That's your story. That's bigger than a show. Go tell the magazines that story.
Yeah.
Because now everybody in the world needs to hear that.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I believe
compete
that.
for fun. Like, I competed for fun. I've never looked at it like, oh, I'm going to get my pro card and now I'm going to make all this money and I'm going to get a sponsor. And it was never that, ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, I'm going to go there. I'm going to see my girlfriends. We're going to get on stage, go with the flow.
Okay, let me do this, though, because the one thing is, there's going to be a lot of diehards out there, and I was that way. When I was a kid, man, I was a fighter. I wanted to win every freaking show. I wanted to have, and I never lived in the moment.
Yeah.
Let me tell you right now, sitting here today, there's so many incredible freaking moments in my life that I never enjoyed.
Yeah.
I won the universe over and over again. I California powerlifting champion over and over again, and I was that aggressive guy that as soon as I won, I was on stage getting my trophy for the universe. I was going, all right, tomorrow I start prepping for. Let me say this. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be angry not enjoying those moments. So I know this isn't what you asked for, but I'm going to say this right now. When you're getting ready for a show and that struggle of getting ready, the dieting, the mental struggle, the mental battle, don't think of those as battles. Think of those as growing periods.
Nice.
You're dieting hard. Yeah, you are, but you can handle it. You know why? Because you're a badass person, and you're going to get even better by dieting like this. You're going to get ready for the show. That's great. Win, lose, or draw. Enjoy it. Live in the moment. Like she was saying, trust me when I say go into that thing having fun instead of going, life is over if I lose.
Yeah, you can't, because it can't determine your fate. It can't determine the rest of your story. And that's it. And I did have one of those stories. My mom was dying of cancer, and I really had no idea how to go through it. I suffered from addictions in the past, and that was my coping mechanism. So, going through that, I didn't know what to do. So I went to the gym twice a day, and I started getting the best shape of my life. I watched my mom die of cancer from a unhealthy lifestyle of drinking, smoking, eating poorly. And I just said, what am I going to do? I want to set an example. I want to help save lives. I want to help save other moms and other, daughters and things like this. So I educated myself even more, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to learn how to eat proper. I'm going to learn how to not abuse my body anymore, and I'm going to speak the truth and tell people how I did this. I got up on stage, I dedicated that show to my mom, and it was the best day of my life because, I was like, hey, Mom, this one's for you. And it didn't make or break me. I wanted to keep going because I wanted to keep dedicating it to her. And, you know, and it just, you know, made me proud every time because I knew I could hear her voice saying, so proud of you, Rach. That's my nickname. And I was just like, you know what, I'm proud of myself because this is, you know, this is for me. And I'm doing it for me, and it doesn't matter. No one's going to determine or dictate if I win or lose. And it's okay. It's okay because I'm just bettering myself every single day. You know, and I'm getting healthier and happier, and it was such a beautiful thing, and that's why when people said to me, you know, you got to take some, you know, this or that, or get a little bigger, and I was like, no, I don't. Just like you said, no, I don't. I'm good. Thanks.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this, because I went through that, and I lost my mom through cancer, and it wrecked me in a sense because it brought down. I lost my dad too years before that. But I was the macho man. I didn't let it affect me. But when I lost my mom, everything came up. Yeah. And so I same kind of thing, just, you know, it broke me inside. Yeah. But I realized as I went through that, I put the pressure on other people to make me happy instead of myself at that time. And coming out of it, and it took a while, but when I finally came out of it, you know, I put the pressure back on me and said, okay, it's not about other people taking or helping me cope with this. It's about me coping with this myself. Yeah. And I came out so much stronger and more self-reliant in the sense going, life is about you taking care of you.
Absolutely.
And it's not about the judges supporting you, or it's not about a family member helping you get through the loss of a parent. It's about you dealing with what you're going through. And it seems like it helped you. It crushes us, 100%. There's nothing like losing a parent. But on the other end, when you finally become okay and you finally stand up and you're like, I'm all right now and I can move on, you're such a stronger person. It's amazing.
Absolutely. It changed me indefinitely. And, you know, and that's what I say, it helped me to grow and really see who I was. And because I had to be strong, my mom was my rock, and she was my everything, you know, and it just, and to see her, you know, struggle like that, and she was the strongest, toughest woman I'd ever seen in my entire life. And, you know, and she just deteriorated in front of my eyes, and I had to be so strong because she had to be so strong, and everyone had to be strong, and it was just like, so when she, you know, left and, you know, she was gone, it was just like, okay, I'm going to be strong, I'm going to get through this, and, you know, what would she be telling me right now? You get up there and you go do what you need to do. You go do what you need to do every single day, and you grind and you hustle and do that and make me proud. And I, you know, and I still do every single day. I wake up in the morning and I'm grateful, you know, to God, and I'm also grateful for my mom because I hear her voice. It's been almost 6 years, and it doesn't dull at all. She's my guardian angel. She's with me.
Yeah, my mom says, my mom says, don't lift those weights. You're gonna break your back. Why don't work out?
My mom was saying
too much weight. I get messages. I saw you on Facebook.
Just curious about it. What are your thoughts about Olympia canceling the Miss Olympia for women? How do you feel about that? That threw me for a loop when I heard that. Like, no more Miss Olympia?
I mean, listen, you know, I think that the girls were too big.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but it canceled the Miss Olympia.
Right. And the big girls, the bodybuilding for the
bodybuilders.
Maybe they felt like it was, you know, a little bit too much, maybe unhealthy. I don't know.
And
maybe it's the best to go that route, you know.
We were hearing. I think there's always pros and cons to everything, and I really believe that it was getting carried away. And the girls were,
in a way. But we have the physique division. Who cares? That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's about health and wellness and longevity. And
it's better. All the bodybuilders, they drop down. And,
exactly,
you know,
and they look beautiful. The physique category is a great addition. So I think it was a really good choice. I really do, you know. So I
we're
like
talking
it.
about parents passing away and all this, and they're behind us giving us signals that the show's almost over. Get done with it. Wrap this up.
Done. But you know what?
Get out of here.
You guys have done so many great things, and not only, you know, just in the bodybuilding, martial arts, movies, but you've built a career, and you're a businessman and a businesswoman, and it's so great to see that because you know, so many people just stop at one thing, and you just gotta, like we said, keep grinding and hustling. And what are some of the, you know, points that you guys we can leave with saying to create your business and just really keep going after your dreams?
I think, like I said earlier, chase your dreams, not people. The right people come into your life. I know that, you know, you might be searching for a partner in crime and stuff like that, but the right person comes at the right time. And I will say this: I hate saying things happen for a reason. I am not that guy. I'm not that guy. But things keep happening that just I hate that.
Synchronicity, everything does happen for a reason. So, I really believe that.
The painful stuff that we've gone through made us better people.
Yes.
You know, and life is what it is in the sense we lose people and you grow from it. If you can, keep growing. That's the main thing. Don't be stationary. And grow. And I don't mean physically grow or get stronger. Grow. It's got to be more than that. Don't do a show for a show. Do a show because you're going to be a better person at the end of the show. Yeah, absolutely. Just keep moving forward. You guys are amazing. Stryker actually,
she's
I'm still out.
This was awesome being here. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, I love you two. And honestly, you two are the power couple. I admire and I watch everything that you guys are doing, and I keep
Did you hear that piece?
sending.
Right.
Beyonce's got nothing on you, baby.
We love you.
I love it. I wanted to thank again Lux Travel for getting us to New York City tonight, Tribeca Film Festival. Craig McEwen, president of the NFL Alumni San Diego chapter, also Super Bowl champion of the Washington Redskins, and also the Chargers. He's going to be out there with his film, The Year of the Scab. So we're going to be on the red carpet tomorrow night. And also ESPN 30 for 30 on Friday night. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for making that happen. Shout out to my sponsors, Swap Fuel, awesome products. I also want you guys to check out Mike and Mona's product.
Innovate.
Do it.
InnovateAthlete.com, baby.
Check it out. We've also got Curtis & Co. watches. Thanks, you guys. You have amazing watches. We'll show Mike and Mona these watches.
I'm snagging some of those.
Yeah, beautiful watches. So
go get new Muscle Up Fitness and go get it out there somewhere.
Shout out to you guys. And we're here every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's the TLC Unleashed Show, Hollywood Vibes, Sports and Life. You can also find me at www.tlcunleashed.com. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Ooh-ah.
Very good.